in our country, we train you, we give you a subway station, we give you a great location, we give you this and that, and in the end, what? That's where he went, right? And he had every reason to want to go to Indonesia, being in an Indonesian diaspora, but he wasn't being felt welcome. So that's one thing that we need to take note of. Second thing that U.S. investors want is fairness. Now I say this because in U.S. National ethos, everything is about fairness. Fairness is just what the game is all about to them. And I think if you want to engage U.S. investors, you got to show that we can play the game of fairness as well. Now, my criticism of, my introspective criticism of our practice is sometimes di daerah, in kabupaten, in province, the moment they smell U.S. investors wanting to come to their place, mereka agak GR, and they begin to see the U.S. investors as sapi perahan. Right? I'll let somebody else explain what that means to the Americans. I don't know how to explain it in English, but you know what I mean, yeah? Instead of seeing them as a source of capital and partner for progress, they see them as sapi perahan dulu, So the game becomes different, there's a lot of back and forth, things become more difficult, and Americans feel, hey, we're not being treated fairly, right? And this is where they start thinking of China, Vietnam, and Malaysia, and Bangladesh, and other places. So fairness is going to be very important. Third, American investors want predictability. Yeah. And I admit to you, and I should tell you, the news last night about the head of Constitutional Court being nabbed by Corruption Commission, that is being noticed outside Indonesia. That reinforced the perception that in Indonesia, in many instances, or in some instances, the law can be bought and policies can be bought. I tell you, the Americans will not say it to you, foreign investors will not say it to you openly, but I say it to you as Indonesia's ambassador who listens to them, that these perceptions are there. These perceptions are there that the law can be bought, that policies can be bought, and there are cases in court that reflect this. We have to be sensitive to this, right? We can't just say, come in, and meanwhile we're not sensitive to these perceptions. Predictability means what to Americans and to foreign investors? It means that when you put your signature in a contract, that is a seal of honor, right? It's not something that you say, hey, we signed it now, and then let's see how it goes in a year or two, when we make more profit, then maybe something else needs to be changed. No. A signature is a seal of honor. And I believe it's not just an American ethos, it's an Indonesian ethos as well. And the reason why they want this predictability is because they got long-term business plans. They got plans for 5, 10, 20 years, and they want no disruption or as little disruption as possible in how they execute this business plans. This is what I want to share to you. You have to understand how Americans think if you want to keep that 61 billion over the next 3 or 5 years coming into Indonesia. And I know there are issues. I know there are issues that you have. And I'll tell you how to deal with Americans. And I know this because, I went to high school in America and I'm ambassador to the United States. Just talk to them. Don't scream, you don't need to go to the streets. Talk to them, put them in a room. Americans like it straight. They call it shoot from the hip. Right? Sit down with them, talk to them, be reasonable to them, right? Be tough to them. Americans like it rough. Wrestling is a great sport in America. But talk to them, be tough to them, negotiate and get what you want. But be fair with them. Be fair. Fairness is the key to how you get things out of the American investors. And I do predict that there's one little bit cultural friction or clash, which is Americans have this ATM mentality. Yeah. What does that mean? America is a society where things happen fast. ATM means you push buttons and you get the money, right? Indonesians are a lot slower, right? Slower, and sometimes we're a lot slower, sometimes we're a little slow. And I know this because I work for a government. Our corporate culture is not fast, right? American corporate culture is fast, right? So we need to find a way to adjust the tempo, between the two. Americans need to be used to, things a bit slow, and Indonesians need to get used to things a bit faster. But I think what the bottom line I want to say to you is that both of us have to earn this partnership. Now, we got big plans for Indonesia, right? Americans have this pivot policy where they say the future of the world is in Asia. And if they're looking at Asia, they no longer look at just China and India and Japan. They look at Indonesia as well. It's a tremendous historic opportunity for us to grow economically and to be relevant in the region and in the world. So we have to earn this partnership, not just political, but also economic partnership. And Americans also have to earn this partnership. I think they're trying hard, and there's still a lot of room for us to learn how to partner with one another. But my closing sentence is that if you look at what the Americans are saying and what Indonesian comments are saying, Pak Pujo is saying, everybody is saying, we really want the same thing for Indonesia, right? And this is something that I've been saying on my talk in the last week or two around the country, and it resonates well with the people as well. What does that mean? We all want Indonesia to be easier, cheaper, faster, better. Easier, cheaper, faster, better. I'll stop there. Thank you very much.
Once again, I would like to give our thanks to all of you for coming to this event. Hopefully today's report will give insightful knowledge in supporting Indonesian economy growth and US investment. Have a great day and please enjoy the lunch that has been provided on the back side of the room. For a photo session, I would like to invite to the stage Indonesian Ambassador, Mr. Dino.
Iya, familiar. Saya tuh kalau enggak, kalau saya wajah, kalau wajah saya ingat biasanya.